Good morning, friends and viewers and fellow brethren in the Lord Jesus. I am Pastor Moses Ojo Chenemigo Special from the Global Christian Update. I am right here in Kogi State in Lokoja. I came here as usual to know what is the situation of our brethren. We heard a lot about the flood in Lokoja, but I'm here to know what's the situation because oftentimes once things like this happen, the victims are forgotten. After the first wave of a report and other things, the victim are neglected and then they continue in their trouble. So I am here to speak to someone who is going to tell us more about what happened and what's the situation and what they are still expecting, both from Christian organizations and from government. God bless you. Please, sir, can you tell us your name?
My name is Elder Sunday B. Ekele.
Okay, sir. So please, sir, can you tell us a little bit about the Lokoja flood? And
Yes.
did it affect you? And what was the impact of that flood on the land where you are generally? Can you tell us the cause, as you may know, or what information you have about the flood, and what is the impact of the flood on you and others in this location?
Really, also affected greatly. This opportunity to have you here, oh Lord, as a Christian representatives, because the only thing that we needed now is God's intervention. This flood started far back 2012, and where I am in my house here, it started with me because I came from Abuja to settle here in 2010. And by the grace of God, when I came, there was nothing like flood. But by 2012, the flood began. The activities of destructions of houses, destructions of whatever businesses that one has to do to earn his living begin. And from that 2012 to today, 2022, there's just no year that does not affect me as a person and the environment for which I'm representing. And also to inform you that I'm the leader of this particular organizer group here. That each time this thing happens, we begin to shout for people that can able to assist us, both the government, NGOs, Christian organizations, and whatever. By the grace of God, this year soon is even more than that of the 2012, which we are referring to as even the heaviest one, because of the level that it has gone. Like my house was swallowed by the flood. And as I speak with you, a lot of destructions has happened to me as a person, and so also to the neighboring houses that are within me here. That every house that the flood affected, it is not easy for us to even go back because of what? Because of destruction, the crack, the destruction of the materials. Because we were thinking that this year's one will not be as much as it was supposed to be because of the time that the thing started. It was in September, so we thought it was, and so most of our properties were left hanged in the room. But at the cause of this, the water rise and the flood rise to higher places that we never even expected. It did a lot of destruction. Unfortunately, government has not come to our aid. Even SEMA, that is in charge, does not come to our aid. Particularly in Ghana, that this thing has affected most. No impact of government, no impact of NEMA. They only continue to say they are coming to look for. They will come and go. Except few organizations like Emmanuel TV came from right away from Lagos to come and assist us. That is a Christian organization I know, and one other Christian aid again that came from Makodi to come and do little things for us. So as we speak with you, by the grace of God, God is helping us, but we still need assistance from any organization that knew that He will be of help to us, because a lot of need is. So many of us are homeless. Some persons cannot go. Like me, I have a clinic, the clinic that I eat and drink from. As I tell you now, the clinic is already collapsed. We cannot continue because of the building that is affected and even my resident. So also to other friends and brothers that were living together. So as Christian organization, we know with prayers and whatever you think you can do as a support for us, we'll be grateful because we needed it. The flood has come and gone, but many of us cannot go to our houses because of the destructions that it has caused. And because of the economic situation of the country, we're all aware we cannot do more. So we're appealing to you as a representative of this global network, please do us a favor and God will be in control. Thank you very much, and thank you for coming.
Yes, sir. So how long were you out of your place? How long were you displaced before returning? And when exactly did you return?
Yeah, it is almost 2 months.
This happened?
Yes, that this happened. And as I talk to you, I'm just returning gradually to my house because it was not full. Just about that last Saturday weekend. I'm just trying to come because I cannot meet up.
Last Saturday is talking about this November.
Yes, this
so
November.
all through that September, October, you were not in your house.
Nobody among us here, every houses that you are seeing here, nobody is in his house. All of us left for somewhere. Some people went for IDP. Some of us went and rent another house to go and stay there. And that was where we were throughout the 2 months that we were unable to come back to the house. But rightly, we are trying to come gradually and see what we can do.
So, sir, what are the basic need of you people now currently?
The basic need actually was a support in to restructure our damaged buildings. The buildings are damaged, and some even have fear of entering because of the number of months that their houses are there. Fear of collapsing, because some houses is going to collapse. Others has even collapsed already. Some fences everywhere has collapsed. So if your house is not as a little strong as you have built it, you cannot even come in. So what we need now is structural support, so something like building materials, finances that we can able to restructure our houses because of the damage that has come to the buildings and some of the materials and that have already lost at the cause of the flood.
Okay. So there was a contention when this flood came in on many of the platforms. The contention was that they say in 2012 that after that flood that the government gave money to people who were in the flood-prone regions to relocate, and you collected the money and did relocate. How true is it, and what can you say about this?
It is not true. There was nothing like money. All we knew was that the administration of Captain Wada at that time built a house. We call it Wada Flooring House. That is all I know about that. He built a certain house and said people should go there. But before we that were affected with flood get to know, some handicapped people take over that places. People who are not even affected with the flood occupy the place. As we talk to you, all of us that are even affected, we are not giving the house. That house was given to people that were not even affected. And that was what happened. There was no cash, there was no money. What they were giving that time was food, little in IDPs and whatever. That was how it was. If there's any money that was given, I'm not aware. As far as I'm representing the group that I belong to, nothing of that nature has given to us.
Of course, you being a group leader should have known. So, but how many households do you have in your catchment area here, Ganaja here?
For the catchment area, we have up to 100 houses.
Households.
Households, not tenants. The household, the meetings we are holding, that is the particular ones that I'm holding. We have up to 6 groups. Different groups. I am representing Group C. We have Group A, B, C, D, F.
Of Ganaja alone.
Of Ganaja alone. All of us are affected. And I'm talking particularly in my own group, we have up to 100. So other groups have so 80, some 70, some 40, some 50, like that. But I'm talking about where I'm representing particularly. Because this is a particular area. Because my house is, the water has crossed the road to our own area. We were the most affected persons among the other people that was affected within Ganaja area. Thank you.
So, sir, but from your survey now, what can be done to stop this water from coming, because you are just beside the Niger River?
Yes.
So yes. What can be done? At least the confluence.
Yes.
So what do you think can be done to stem the tide?
The suggested things, well, I'm not an engineer, but I know with consultations and whatever we are doing with others, because among us there are some engineers, and they discuss this issue and we discuss it together. What we're suggesting that will happen is, one, proper, they have to do proper dipping, uplifting, that was putting off everything that has to do in the river. That river dredging. Dredging is so much important. If they do the dredging, those flood, those sound that is on the surface of that water, it will be too deep. Before the water filled in, before it comes to us, it will be difficult. Then the final solution that we are suggesting is that there should be an overhead bridge from this Lugard Beach to the junction of Ganaja Junction, Ganaja roundabout. That particular place, they should uplift it. There should be a sort of bridge, and then raise the road to the higher quarter so that the water cannot cross again. And as soon as the water cannot cross again, that will limit the issue of the flood, especially to the flood that is going to the other road, crossing the road to the other side. But dredging should be the most important something. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. Friends and viewers, today is the 8th day of November 2022. We are right here in Lokoja. Our brethren need help, and then we trust God that the Lord is going to help them. Lokoja is one of the places that is affected, one of the earlier affected places.
Yeah.
Lokoja was far, You said that means in it all, like over 2 months, the flood affected Lokoja. So Lokoja flood victim, the Lokoja were first flood victim before places like Bayelsa.
Yes.
But it seems as if other states are attracting more support, from what I see, than even the victim of Lokoja, who were much affected before this one.
Yes.
First affected, because Lokoja is one of the first places we saw this flood in its full volume. But to a great extent, it's like the Lokoja victims are affected. They are neglected. Can you throw more light to that? Because we see what they are doing to other states.
Yes.
But we are not seeing much. Especially like I'll be going to Ibaji from here. From Ankpa, I'll go to Ibaji. I'm not hearing anything happening to the flood victim in Kogi State like it's happening in other states.
Yes.
Other politicians have gone to give money, 20 million, 100 million to other places.
Yes.
But nothing is really happening. So I don't know. What do you have to say about that?
See, as a matter of fact, why Lokoja was affected mostly is because Lokoja is a confluent state, we are all aware. The River Benue, River Niger, both of them comes to the join in Lokoja. So as they join in Lokoja, we are most affected because as they come in volume from 2 rivers, every houses that is there, the ones who never expected to get into that place. But unfortunately, we are hearing federal government making support. We are hearing individual politicians making support. But unfortunately, nothing is affected. We are not hearing anything as far as Kogi State is concerned. Nothing has reached us. We have not gotten any information from these people is coming. No, except one Natasha, who is even contesting. It's not even on throne yet. We call it Barrister Natasha. She's the only politician that has sent something to us here. That is the only woman that has a woman among the contestants contesting for Senate in the North Central, in the Kogi Central. She's the one that sent something to us. Outside her, we have not seen any politician who have said take this for now. And by the grace of God, we know. Like we can continue to inform you, government has not making anything. Nobody has done anything. No money was given to us. Nothing at all. That is the situation we find ourselves in Lokoja.
But sir, I want you to be specific. When you say government, are you talking about the federal or the states?
We are talking of government. Government are 3 tiers of government. Okay. We have federal, we have state, and we have a local government. None of this has made it. There's no impact of any of this government. And we know the government is in section. We have chairman, the local government and councillors, they are there. We have at the state, we have governors, his own commissioners are also there. And we have at the federal, we have the president, with his advisors and ministers are there. Those are the 3 tiers. Nobody. They continue to come, they continue to assess. They are still on assess up to when many of us are trying to get in. We don't know when last they will complete the assessment. Thank you very much. That is the situation we find ourselves.
I think it's a pathetic situation, and it's so pathetic about the country that the people in power don't care about their citizens. So if it's election time, they will bring a ballot box to every ward. But when people have problem, they will forget the people. But when time comes to thumbprint, the ballot boxes will be available in all the polling units. So it's like the government only care for what brings them to power. And after they come to power, they neglect the people. So they can mobilize for election, but they cannot mobilize to help their citizens. That is the woe. That is the failure of a government. We trust God that the Christian body will look beyond what the government can do and also step in, because even the church too can help. We have been helping. As I talk to you, there is no month that the Glorious of the Day don't do intervention. We do intervention in Adamawa, in the IDP camps. We do intervention in Taraba. We do intervention in Benue. As a matter of fact, Benue, because of the volume of displaced people, Benue have 1.7 displaced people by Fulani herdsmen alone. Now joined to the flood victim also that is there. So we've been helping. We trust God that as we'll be intervening in Ibaji, we trust God that God will help us no matter how little. I assure you are going to hear from the global community very, very soon. I'm going to come back, or one of us is going to come back here. Since I'm going to have your contact today, we'll do the little we can do to try and see how we can help as a Christian organization. God bless you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I pray that as you come, God will also take you safely. As an elder, I have important for Christians, and like your visit you give, God will also take you down safely in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you very much.
All right, God bless you. Thank you, sir. Bye-bye, sir.
All right.